All right, what's up, wrestling fans? The day
Woo!
has arrived, the much anticipated day of Full Gear 2021. I know we've had live crowds back in the arena for a while now, but
Yeah,
I mean, I'm still not used to it, and I'm excited.
it's special, man. Every time that they do one of these, it's special. It was special even without a crowd. And that first one back with the last one, what, 3 months ago now?
Hmm.
I mean, it felt super special. And I don't know how the hell they're gonna top it, but this card might do it.
Yeah, I agree. And we were just talking, it's a stacked card, but this is what happens when you're smart and you do 4 pay-per-views a year. They're
Yeah.
all stacked. You have time to develop storylines. It's really like, building anticipation. Not every 2 weeks where it's like, oh, there's a Sunday night episode of Raw on. Let's turn on the network. And
Hey, it's not every 2 weeks now. They're not doing one for each brand.
I know. But then it's
That
like,
was
oh,
ridiculous. Let's not do that ever again.
no. It's like, oh, there's the pay per view this weekend. Oh, but it's a Saudi show. Never mind. You know,
Eh, the Saudi show. Yeah, I know. That
they've lost
was
their luster.
Oh man, the Saudi show. They were like, no, we're not gonna make it a glorified house show.
And what happened?
And then no titles changed. What did you do?
It's like, let's not piss the fans off again. Don't change anything.
Yeah, don't change anything. Let Goldberg win. What?
Whatever. Anyway, but let's talk about Full Gear. Let's focus on the present. And it's a stat card, as we said. So we're going to start from the bottom up. We're going to start with the very first card that's at least online here. I don't know if this is the first card this is the first match that's going to happen on the card, but this is how it's listed. So we'll start.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm assuming there's something on the buy-in, but I have no idea what's on the buy-in and what's not. So I have no idea.
According to Bleacher Report, updated yesterday, this is the pre-show match.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa.
I don't hate it. All right.
I don't hate it. Your thoughts? How do you think this goes down? What do you think should go down?
I don't know how this is going to further any other storylines because this just seems like everybody who's won so far in the TBS Championship just having a match. Looks like, I'm going to take the faces in this one. I don't think Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter need it.
I would agree. I think
get the fans invested early. Start
exactly.
it. Just give it to Shida and Thunder Rosa. If Serena Deeb shows up to further her nonsense with Hikaru Shida, I'm okay with it.
That's probably going to happen. That's probably going to happen at the end. Yeah, I agree. Get it off to a nice positive start. Get the fans going. Give it to the baby faces in this one, and they got some momentum right now. Everybody loves Shida. Everybody loves Thunder. I love Thunder Rosa. So
yeah, sweet Jesus, they love her.
They love her.
I thought she was like going to only be loved like in Hispanic majority places, and I'm very wrong, and I'm happily very wrong about it.
No, she's good.
She's wonderful.
All right, so we'll give it to the faces in this one. Next, this I'm excited about this one. Pac and Cody versus Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. Now, I'll start with this. I love how on Dynamite they were. I think it was Excalibur was like, and this strange bond between Malachi Black and Andrade continues. I'm like, it's not that strange. We
see what you've done here.
By the other's wife. They're really close. No, it's not that strange. We know their history. But
yeah,
anyway,
we know he's playing that part. Yeah. But even Tony Khan was like, yeah, that's definitely the thought process there. They're tied by a common bond in Zelina Vega, which for those of you playing the home game is married to Malachi Black.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I could totally see Cody, being the Mr. Pay-Per-View that he is. He gets beat up on the lead into the pay-per-view, but then he goes over in the match. I could totally see Pac and Cody Rhodes winning this match. I really think it should be the heels in this one, though.
I think the heels are going to take it. We could potentially get that Cody Rhodes. Pac might cost him the match somehow. He's not exactly
each other.
He's not exactly a face or a heel right now, but the fans want it. Everybody wants to see it. Cody Rhodes is a bad guy. He's adamant, quote unquote, Who knows? Could be kayfabe. I'm not sure. He could be saying, I'm never going to turn heel, this, that, or the
I
other.
think he turns heel. Yeah.
If he does, great. If I don't know, maybe Pac. I don't know. Maybe he goes super babyface and Pac joins Malachi Black and Andrade. I don't know.
I wouldn't like that. I want Pac as the perfect modern day babyface. Leave Pac as babyface. He's fine the way he is. Have Cody.
He's an anti-hero. He's not a babyface.
Anti-hero is what I mean.
Yeah.
Have Cody turn on Pac and join Malachi and Andrade.
All right, I don't hate that either. So cool.
That would be different,
It would be different, but are they the House of Black, or is that something totally separate? Do you think?
You could make it the House of Black.
All right.
And and right there you have a future power struggle between Cody and Black. Maybe Black turns face or anti-hero a year from now or whatever, and they fight once again. But now the roles are reversed because they're great together. They have great chemistry.
100%. Yeah, they're phenomenal.
I would love to. I'm not done. I'm not done with that rivalry. I want to see it.
We're not done. All right.
Yeah, it's like it's like DIY. Those guys, Ciampa and Gargano. It's like they're gonna wrestle each other forever.
Yeah.
They're stuck together.
Well, that's in a very small side note. Malachi Black was in an interview recently, and they asked him who the first person of House of Black would be, and they implied that it should be Buddy Matthews, and he was like, he goes, our careers are intertwined, obviously because of the eyeball, but it's he believes that he's a better rival than stable mate. So I was like, little hints, little nuggets that he's dropping, maybe.
Okay. So Buddy Matthews to AEW confirmed. Got it.
Sweet Jesus.
Got it. All right.
Isn't he wrestling Okada? Get out of here.
Yeah, but the forbidden door's been kicked open a while ago.
All right.
All the doors and windows are open, man.
Fun house.
All right. 6-man tag. Christian Cage and Jurassic Express versus the Super Click. I think the Super Click goes over in this one, and I think that's the right move.
It is the right move because they've made Adam Cole lose a lot recently, or make him look like
not very strong.
Not very strong. Kind of chicken. He just runs away from conflict. That's not the Adam Cole that we've seen. He was very confrontational in NXT, so this is kind of different. Yeah, keep building up the Elite as much as you can. Keep trying to swallow up as many Undisputed Era members as possible so we can see a power struggle there between his buddies and his previous buddies.
Yes, agreed. And this won't be the last conflict between them, obviously. But yeah, I agree. Keep building up the Super Click, especially because they don't have any titles right now. Aside from Kenny, no titles. So build them up. Still keep them looking strong. Wait. I mistyped this one. Hang on. I put Punk versus MJF by mistake.
Oh, no.
Although I would love to see that.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. That was a Freudian slip.
Yeah, he's working on Revolutions.
Sorry. Darby versus MJF. There we go.
This one's a toughie for me. I love Darby, but MJF, I'm pretty sure he's undefeated at this point. Who's going to beat him? Is it Darby? I don't think so.
Right. Yeah, I think Darby beats him eventually. This is another one that's not going to be just a one-off.
Darby might win if something else happens that I think might happen. I think Wardlow finally turns on MJF tonight.
You think Wardlow turns on MJF? Okay.
Cost him the match, Darby wins. Just my 2 cents. He's been talking crap about him. Just these sly remarks. He was like, oh, why don't you make yourself useful and do this? Or, he's always said that kind of thing to Wardlow, and it's hyped up in the past.
So they've actually been planting that seed for a while. Even in the empty arenas that he was dropping hints of that. So, yeah, I could see that. I don't know.
And I forgot who was beating him up at some point. It might have been during the Jericho thing. Jericho, I think, at one point like started beating up MJF, and like Wardlow kind of like gave his back to him and like let him have like a few licks before he went in for the save. Like,
right.
He didn't go right in for the save. He was like, he can beat him up for a little bit, and then I'll come save him.
Exactly.
They've been building that up for a while.
Yeah, so I think that could happen tonight. I just think MJF goes over because he's been very protected, and I think he ultimately lost that final match to Jericho. That's his first singles loss ever in AEW.
That's fair.
So I think in this first installment of Darby versus MJF, MJF wins. Darby gets a lot of shit in, for sure.
Makes sense.
But I think MJF ultimately goes over, but like barely, and then we start seeing a bit of rockiness between him and Wardlow.
Okay, yeah, even more so than they've already teased. Fair enough.
Right. All right. So next, very excited about this one: Punk versus Kingston.
This might be early prediction. This might be the match of the night.
I think this will be the match. It's going to be either this one or Miro and Danielson. One of those two is going to be the match of the night. We could see a death. I'm just throwing that out there. Because remember, Eddie Kingston. We're still not sure if he knows it's a work.
Yeah, it's real to him. Damn it.
Very real. So, how do you see this one going down?
I think we keep the Punk train rolling. I think he goes over, but it is going to be a very intense, very amazing wrestling bout that I'm all about it. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah. I think we've had a few.
I actually hope it's earlier in the card.
Yeah, no, because if you put it towards the end with the main event and co-main event, the crowd's gonna be exhausted. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I hope this is earlier in the card then.
I think they might do. Yeah, I mean it's a tough thing. Like where do you put this? That's the thing about it being a stacked card. Where do you put this match? It's gonna be like in the middle of the night. I think like in the middle of the card.
Fair.
No other place to put it really. All right, so I think we've had a few heels in a row win now. I think Punk wins this one. I think they're building up Punk for something for sure.
These are both technically faces at the moment, though. So
they are, but the crowd, yeah. But
they're going to cheer both of them. Don't you lie to me.
Oh no, the crowd is going to be, I think, a little bit more behind Punk. Well, actually, no. They could get behind Kingston.
I'm behind Kingston. I love this guy. He's hilarious. He's everything that I want a pro wrestler to be. He can cut a promo. He's just a total badass in the ring. I want to have a beer with him, but I'm terrified of him as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I think it's going to be Punk going over for that reason. I think they're building him up for something. And then after that, maybe he has a short stint with a world title or a world title match. And then after that, his next few matches, like the end of his run with AEW, will be like putting younger guys over. All right, next. Minneapolis Street Fight, Inner Circle versus Men of the Year and American Top Team.
Sweet Jesus.
I'll go first on this one. I see the Inner Circle winning.
That's a lot of man in the ring.
Yes, that's a lot of man in the ring. And just, traditionally, you build up the celebrity as the heel, as the outsider, and you get the crowd to hate him a little bit. And then at the pay-per-view, you have the payoff of the faces winning. That's usually how it goes.
If they're the asshole, yes.
Mm-hmm.
If it's if
it's Jay Leno against Hogan.
If it's the Logan Pauls of the world and such, yes. If it's Bad Bunny, not so much.
If it's a beloved character like him, yes.
Yeah, Dan Lambert has definitely played his role. Everybody wants to see the payoff of him getting tossed through a table. It's going to be great.
I do as well. I think this is a...
He's going through a table tonight, folks.
Inner Circle. This is, they're going to keep it.
Jericho puts him through a table, or the best would be Sammy puts him through a table. The millennial gets to put him through the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love it. I think that's what's going to happen. All right, next. AEW World Tag Team titles are on the line.
I'm going to be exhausted by 11.
I know. And it continues. There's more after this one.
Yeah.
Tag team titles are on the line. Lucha Bros, FTR. I think this has a chance to be match of the night because these are two of the top 5 tag teams on the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is boy. Oh, Nelly. I think we keep it on the Lucha Bros just because I don't think they've had enough time with the belts, and I love them to death.
Fair. I think they win, and I think we get like an immediate rematch at like one of these special Dynamite episodes in a few weeks, and then if FTR takes it off them then. Because I think it's going to be such a good match, they want a rematch like right away.
Well, remember, FTR took the AAA championships off of them. So do they need it? No. I think
they're the current AAA champions.
The Lucha Bros may want their belts back, their AAA titles back.
True.
I wouldn't hate that either.
Yeah. And just have like undisputed tag champs that they have both.
Well, no, eventually the Lucha Bros should drop those to somebody in AAA.
Eventually, but have like a short run where they have all the belts.
Yeah. I mean, they already were. They already were before. They had both. Yeah. Not for long, but they had both.
Yeah. Wouldn't be opposed to that. All right, next. Women's World Title match. Britt Baker. Yes. Do you need a quick break?
Yeah, I need a sip of water is what I need.
Yeah. So while you take that sip, Women's World Title match. Okay.
That just take Conti's. Woo.
Yeah, we all love Tay Conti. However, she hasn't had. It's too soon for her, I think.
Yeah, I don't think she's had that moment that everybody's behind her type of thing.
Yeah, where Britt Baker had the bloody face or the bloody nose or whatever.
Yeah, which is why I think the person to take it off of Baker would be Thunder Rosa. She had their moment with her. That's the person that takes it off of her.
And then there's inner strife between, Conti and Anna Jay and Thunder Rosa, because right now they're besties, those three.
Yeah, they are.
You set that up beautifully. You have Thunder Rosa maybe start becoming a little heelish. Tay Conti takes it off her. Eventually.
I dig all that. But yeah, I got DMD going over today.
I do as well. I'm still not bored of her being champion. Let it ride.
Facts. I'm not bored.
I'm not bored at all. I think she's an awesome champion, a great heel, and she's heelish anti-hero champion because the crowd loves her still.
Yeah, they absolutely love her. The addition of Jamie Hayter to her stuff, chef's kiss. I love her. Mm-hmm. And Rebel Reba is amazing.
Yeah. They're
Reba Rebel.
They're great together. All right. 2 more matches. You ready? This,
good Lord.
I think this is going to be the match of the night. And it's not a whole lot.
We spoke of this, I believe. I know which one is up next. Yes, there it is. Oh boy.
Danielson versus Miro.
This one's going to hurt.
You have
this match is going to hurt. These men are going to hurt themselves. It's going to be Wrecking Ball versus Train is what this is going to be. I don't know how else to describe it, but Danielson goes over in my opinion. That's what I'm going with.
I agree. You've had a mix of heels and faces winning so far. I think you've had more heels than faces. So I think this will be a nice big crowd.
Although Miro winning I wouldn't hate because I have the good guy winning last. So
interesting. Okay.
Miro could go over just for that fact alone.
So I have Danielson going over for the opposite reason. I think I have Kenny going over at the end. But we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. This match is going to hurt. They're going to hurt each other. They're going to hurt themselves. I think that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Danielson
said he like kind of disclosed that he has a 3-year deal. He was like, my goal is that like after these 3 years is like, you can't do this full time anymore. Like, so if that's his mentality, he like every match he's going like 120% and he's going to hurt himself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Love it. That's why we watch wrestling.
So many chops. There's going to be so many chops in this.
Yes. So do you remember in WWE when he went up against Bray Wyatt, Danielson and Bray Wyatt? It was Royal Rumble like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was in January. We're like, this is match of the year. Then they destroyed each other.
Yeah,
I think they're going to try to outdo that match.
Sure, I'd take it. You have to sell me on this match.
Yeah,
I already bought the pay-per-view.
All right. So last but not least, one that we already know we disagree on, and we'll see why. Yes. AEW World Titles on the line. Finally, Hangman gets a shot at Kenny Omega. What do you think happens?
I think Hangman goes over, baby. I think it's time for some cowboy shiznit, to quote my favorite cowboy, Jim Ross.
Man, if there was, I would be so confident it's Kenny if they didn't have another pay-per-view. Well, they're trying to squeeze in one more pay-per-view before the year's over, right? Or
no, I don't think so.
Revolution's the next one.
Revolution, which has been held in February.
Yeah.
Past, 2 years?
Yes. Yeah, it's been in February. And damn, it's just because of, I know the whole, what happened with Moxley kind of threw things off and probably changed plans behind the scenes. The Hangman buildup wasn't what I thought it could be. Like, they kind of just threw him back in all of a sudden. It was a great pop, but.
I mean, they threw him. I don't think that it was an all of a sudden thing. It was like, okay, he took time off for his kid to be born. I get it.
It kind of killed the momentum.
It did kill the momentum. I'm not going to lie to you there. But it's still his moment, in my opinion. Because if you don't do it now, when do you do it?
Man, I agree with all that. But I could totally see them keeping it on Kenny. Where Hangman...
It's another thing like Britt Baker. I'm not bored of him being champion either. I don't care if he wins. But I think you miss the, you got to pull the trigger on the Hangman.
Danielson and Miro's the world title eliminator. Is that the final?
That's the final. So whoever wins that gets the next shot.
So maybe Kenny wins via shenanigans as usual. They have a knockdown, drag-out match. It's insane. They're both like barely getting up. Kenny's like being helped up, and all of a sudden Danielson's music hits, and it ends in a stare-off between them two.
Sure. For all I know, that Eliminator tournament ends like in some sort of contract and he can go cash in. I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
It's too much.
The whole thing could end with just Bray Wyatt laughing and my head would explode.
I got to readjust myself after that.
You see it back there? You see it back there. You see it. I see it. It says, let me in back there.
Let me in. Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, there he is.
Damn. You know what? I was originally saying Omega, and let's just say you have me doubting that decision. This could go either way.
I think it really could. It truly, I think, hinges on the previous match.
It does. I think if Omega wins, I mean, if Hangman wins, I don't think you have both faces winning at the end. It's one or the other.
Yeah, that's what traditionally you would want. Your number one contender would now be the opposite of whoever is the champion, right? Like, although Miro has played his part very well, he is heelish, but I think he's hysterical. And if Lana shows up, because he has to win, because he's got to bring home the bacon to Lana, because he's been saying that every week, and it's been fantastic. We all know who he's talking about.
Yes. Yep, he's talking about CJ.
That's been great too. So if she shows up too, you know what? We got a hell of a pay-per-view.
Oh, I think someone shows up, whether it's her or Bray. Someone shows up.
For what it's worth, every once in a while, Vince Russo has a semi wonderful idea, and he pitched an idea on his show, one of his shows. I think it was the Writing with Russo, and he pitched an angle that he believes that all of the Tony Khan, Eric Bischoff stuff is a work. All the online Twitter beef and all that stuff that they've been going back and forth, and that he shows up with a new world order type of thing with Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. Ooh. And I was like, every once in a while, and then he thinks that the third man, wait for this, is Punk turning heel.
Yo.
I was like, Russo actually had a good idea for once. It's been a while, but I was like, yo, that would just be oof, chef's kiss. I love that idea.
Oh my God. And then he just says, like, Punk just says, you fans could stick it, brother, like Hogan did.
Yeah, he's like, you guys could, like, I'm sick of it. You with your fake love and admiration toward me. You didn't give a crap about me for 7 years. Like, just absolutely turn it in on him.
And it works perfectly if, let's say, the crowd gets behind Kingston, which could happen.
I was like, yo, that would be wonderful. And if Braun Strowman just comes in and he says, the measuring stick just changed around here, buddy, I would lose my friggin' mind.
You might scare the dogs in the house.
Yeah. I'm definitely scaring a dog tonight.
A dog's going to be barking.
Head. Oh, yeah.
A dog's going to be barking tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So that's Full Gear, ladies and gentlemen. It's a banger. This is their most loaded card as far as star power. This is their most loaded card they've ever had.
Yeah. Because on the last one, you had CM Punk make his debut. Now he's established, and now you have Bryan Danielson added to this, and Adam Cole's here too, baby.
Baby.
And we might get some more surprises. Are you kidding me?
Tony Khan is just letting it ride, keeping it going. I love it.
Yep, keep it going.
Oh my God, because Double or Nothing. Well, Double or Nothing was the first with a live crowd. Like the first event they did with a live crowd this year.
Yeah.
Double or Nothing. Because it was at Daly's Place, but it was packed.
Yeah. It was at Daly's Place, but it had a crowd.
That was the first like live show with a crowd they did. Next year, when they can do it in a full arena,
dude. Oh, and not like, just all things aside, the person that I'm most excited for tonight, like I'm actually excited for him, is Kingston. He has not wrestled in front of this many people ever. This is going to be absolutely bananas.
That's true, because he's been Mr. Independent his whole career. And
right. And actually, like, it was part of Moxley's book that he wrote, that it probably is one of his favorite matches ever, was the match that he wrestled against the Bucks. That it was the first one that they had a live crowd with, and it was him and Kingston versus
it was
the Bucks.
at that Double or Nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, he asked them before the match, he was like, how many people have you wrestled like in front of, like, the most? And he was like, I think it was like 1,000 people. He was like, wait till you hear 5,000 or 6,000 people screaming your name. He's like, and it's just gonna get bigger. Like, can you imagine 100,000 people at some point chanting for this man?
Oh yeah, if they do like the Tokyo Dome or something one day, or like AEW keeps growing and they do a stadium.
Yeah. There's no stopping. You imagine them at Cowboy Stadium, where WrestleMania will emanate from next year?
Which I'm also very excited about. That's going to be fun. But oh my God. Yeah. Love it all. Tony Khan, you've done well.
Brilliant little man.
Yes. I'm so glad wrestling's back to this point. Companies competing. I love it. Anyway, Full Gears tonight. What time is it at? 8 p.m.?
I think buy-in is at 7. Pretty much it's always like that.
Yeah, buy-in's at 7, so 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it says pre-show starts at 7.
Yeah.
You can buy it where you usually buy your AEW pay-per-views. I think it's worth it, folks.
It's
And
definitely stacked enough.
yeah,
It's,
and
it's worth your money. And
Yeah.
we'll do a review.
We'll do a review, beginning of the week probably. And until then, signing off. See you next time, and enjoy the show, folks.
Enjoy.